Hey gang, Anthony Fontana here, live after 5. It is Saturday evening. It was a beautiful day today. I know I had a fantastic day. We had a fantastic day here. I hope you did too. I just want to touch base real quick. I got an email from Jay Shetty telling me that he had a new podcast stuff, so I wanted to go check it out. And the interesting thing about the podcast was there were commercials in between, like some of the things that he was saying. It was a little odd to do it that way. You know, he might have been saying something and then he would literally go ahead and have he would say something else that had nothing to do with the podcast. It took me a while to figure out that he was actually doing like a commercial within his podcast. So we did a few of those. It was a great little talk, about a half hour. So I suggest you go check it out. Jay Shetty, he's a great guy, very smart young man, and I appreciate listening to him all the time. This one was about solving problems in life. He has a little formula that he put together. This is common knowledge, but the way he explained it, I kind of appreciated. I wanted to kind of summarize it here. Took a few notes, and I figure if I can help you maybe solve some of your challenges today or tomorrow or next week by using this very simple formula, a little concept. Problems are to the mind, like exercises to the body. In my opinion, is you need challenges and problems in your life so that you can exercise your skill set in fixing challenges and fixing problems. You need challenges to grow. It's like a diamond in the rough. A diamond becomes a diamond by a lot of hard pressure over millions and millions of years. Well, you become better in life when you experience things that are not so wonderful when you're first experiencing it, but when you look back on them, they were a learning experience. So I want you to understand that's something that you need to know. So what methods does he talk about solving problems? He talks about self-care. He talks about self-indulgence. With self-care would be something where you're doing something to make yourself feel better long-term. Meditating, essential oils, massage therapy, things like that. But then there's self-indulgent behavior that this comes from when you have a challenge in your life. Instead of hitting at the challenge head on, you become self-indulgent. You drink a bottle of wine, maybe a second bottle of wine. You sit on the couch for the day or the weekend because you don't want to focus on the challenge that's coming up on Monday or Tuesday. So that self-indulgence is very, very destructive. It's not productive use of your time. So he went into this a little bit. When we don't want to deal with something, we tend to get very self-indulgent. We'll eat a pint or a gallon of ice cream because we're depressed about something, and the challenge doesn't go away. It stays there. You were self-indulgent for a day or a week, and the challenge is still there. You didn't fix anything because you didn't do anything to fix it. So that's a challenge right there. So there's 3 steps to the formula. There's problems, there's time, and there's knowledge. The time one is cool, but let's go through the problem one. We all have problems. Everyone has problems. A few days ago, I noticed a bunch of very big black ants in my office. I found one black ant in my office. Then I found 2 in my office. Then I found a 3rd one in the dog's water bowl. Then I, doing the backstroke. And I said, "Oh man, I got these ants here." Now we have a product that's a cleaning product, but it's very, very effective with keeping bugs away from anything. They stay away when they smell this stuff. It's very, very safe around the dog. So I sprayed all over my office, the windowsills everywhere, and no more bugs, no more ants in my office. Well, guess where they ended up going? They hightailed it down the block to the master bedroom. Now MJ's experiencing all the little buggers running around over there. So I said, you know what? I can't use this stuff to spray all over the house. The house is just too big. It'll take too much time. So today I went out, I bought $35 worth of ant traps. So I got ant traps all over the house. Now, problem solved, right? I didn't even think about it. Once I put them down, I'm done. I'm not worried about the ants anymore. But I took some knowledge, a little bit of skill, a little bit of time, and I dived in and I got them done. We all have problems. We have problems at work, relationships, money challenges, physical challenges. We all have them. They don't go away. But what we also have, and plenty of us have, we all have, is time. Everyone has time. We all have the same amount of time. We all have 168 hours a week. You can't deviate from that. How you use your time is critical. There's a waste of time and there's effective use of time. You can waste time so easily when you have a challenge come in front of you, and you, instead of looking for solutions to solve it or interacting with people that could help you solve it, you basically forget about the challenge and you start self-indulging in behaviors that kind of put the challenge on the back burner. We wasted all that time because at the end of the day, the time factor, the next day, you have less time available towards the rest of your life, but now you still have the problem in front of you. So it doesn't make any sense to treat things that way. So what he talks about is very simple. He says increasing knowledge decreases challenges. Well, this makes a lot of sense, because when you know more about things in life, you know more about more things, more ways of reacting to things, more skill sets that are developed from knowledge that you've learned and gained. You can solve your challenges a lot faster, a lot quicker, a lot easier, because you have the knowledge to do it. But the thing of it is this. Here's a great analogy. I love this analogy. If you're driving, through a valley and there are mountains around you, you're looking at these giant mountains. Or if you're in Manhattan, it's a great example, a little bit more contemporary. The buildings are huge. At least they look huge. But if you take an elevator up to one of the tops of one of these large buildings, everything else looks insignificant below you, because you have a much higher perspective. Peak to peak is a great little formula that I think I've always loved listening to people that talk about peaking to peak. You have to get to the top of the peak so you can peek over the peak. And anytime you have a challenge, understand that your perspective is important. If you're looking up at it, it's going to loom its ugly head. It's going to seem bigger and more difficult to solve because you're looking up at it. You're giving it more life than it deserves. But if you're looking down at it, it's just a little dot, it's a little ant that's running around that you can squash and you can solve very easily, get rid of, but you have to change your perspective. But knowledge gives us the ability to do that. When an athlete, that's supposed to be in training decides not to train and he's got an event coming up, what happens? Well, he's got stress, physical challenges, limitations to his ability. Mentally, he's not sure of himself at this point, and he can lose whatever it is he's looking to compete in. So that's a challenge, right? Well, he caused it by not focusing and using his time effectively to train. So you have to train your knowledge skill set and develop it so that you can develop a stronger problem-solving skill set. I think that's very, very important. Using self-care in a way that increases our knowledge helps us live a longer and better life that we don't want to escape from. When you're self-indulgent, you're living a life that you're trying to escape from, but when you're using self-care and you're developing knowledge and you're developing an internal awareness of where your life is at, then you're going to absolutely develop a more positive perspective on life. So how do you acquire knowledge? Well, we acquire knowledge three ways: from learning, from reflection, and from experimentation. Learning is simple: podcasts, things like you're listening to right now, video, book learning, audio broadcast, Audible, the books that are read to you. Anything that increases your knowledge is obviously learning. Reflection is when you look inside yourself on a daily basis, when you look at where your day ended and you look back and you say, what could I have done differently today to improve tomorrow? So reflection is a it's a fantastic way to increase knowledge, because you start increasing your own self-knowledge on how you deal with things. And you can start seeing patterns in your own behavior that you can click a button and shut off if they're not productive and they're counterproductive to what you want to accomplish in life. And experimentation is real simple: taking some of the things that you've learned and going out there and implementing them, making some mistakes, falling on your face and getting back up again, and again learning new skill sets. It's all about the knowledge. When you wake up in the morning, one great thing, I have a whole list of things that I actually read on my bathroom mirror. It's fantastic. If anybody wants this list, I can send it over to you. I'll actually send you a copy of the photograph that I use. I'll send it over there. It's some great material, but I love doing this. I think about what do I need to do today, and how do I need to go about doing what I need to do today. And at the end of the day, I think about what did I do today, and how can I have done it a little bit differently. So I'm learning as I go along, and I go to bed with a happy attitude. I go to bed grateful that I've lived a great day, had a great day, and I have another day to experience tomorrow. So when you're grateful for what you have, instead of being upset about what you think you deserve in life and aren't getting, you're just happy to be here experiencing this spin around the globe right now. Life gets really good when you're grateful. I think it's important. So how do you deal with problems? You just get 6 very quick things, and I'm just going to close with this. One, ask yourself a question. Is this a problem? And then he said something really cool. I've never heard this before. Use the 5-5-5-5 formula. If this is indeed a problem, will it affect me in 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, or 5 years? And which of those does it affect? If it's something that will affect you 5 years from now, it's clearly not that important right now. If it's 5 days, then it needs addressing right now. So use that 5-5-5-5 formula on anything that you think is a problem. The second thing he says is accept the problem. Don't try to avoid it. Stop walking away from the things that are going on in your life that are not positive and start deciding, one, that you have a challenge that you have to solve, and to accept it as it exists, which means you've acknowledged that it's there. That means you can overcome it. Number 3, attain knowledge. Figure out what you need to do and what you need to know to solve that problem. It might mean making a phone call to someone that might know more than you about it. Maybe someone that has already gone through it. Follow someone that walked through a minefield. That's a great philosophy that I was taught many, many years ago. So get some knowledge. The knowledge is going to be important for you to solve the problem that you've just decided is a problem. Number 4, split your attention up. 80-20 will apply to everything. 80% of your skill set, 80% of your thought process should be on solving the challenge that's in front of you, and 20% could be on ranting about it. You can rant about it for 20 minutes a day, and 80 minutes a day, go out and solve the damn thing. Stop focusing on it 80% and trying to solve it 20% of your time. Focus on getting it done, getting rid of it, and getting it done, and moving on. Take action in small steps. You can't eat an elephant, in one bite. You have to eat an elephant, one bite at a time, right? That's the only way to eat a very large challenge, is breaking it up into its parts and solving each of the parts that make up the whole. So action in small steps. And number 6, amend the things that are causing that situation to occur. How many of you go through things on a regular basis that it's almost like a broken record? It happened again a month ago. That's happening again now. You're planning on it happening 5 weeks from now, 8, 10, 12 weeks from now. We all go through things in life. How you react to them is very, very important. But if you're grateful for the life that you have, if you understand that any challenge that you have is a small roadblock that's there to teach you a lesson, then I think you'll have a challenge removal system that'll work in a heartbeat. So increase your knowledge. Understand that if you have a challenge, it's available to you to fix. You have a skill set, there's knowledge, there's people, there's help out there that can help you get rid of it. So I hope this helps a little bit. It helps me out when I talk about stuff like this, because I'm always in a learning phase. I'm always learning, and I'm always experiencing new things. And when I experience a challenge, bring it on, baby. I'm welcoming them in a heartbeat. Hey, Marty, how are you? We say hi to George is on here. Irene is on here. Janet is on here. David on here, Pamela. Hi, hey Sal, Brooklyn's in the house. Anne Marie is here. Well, Les, what are you doing on here? You're supposed to be playing tonight. Hey Chris, what's going on, buddy? And Hillary's in here. Wow, I love you guys joining me. I really appreciate that. It warms my heart when I see your names popping up here. So if you share this, I'd love it. If you hit the emoji key that you're in here, I'd love that too. I can acknowledge you later on, but I'm going to go finish my coffee, grab the Lady MJ, and I think we're going to watch episode number 3 of Game of Thrones, which we just started watching together a couple of nights ago. So have a great night, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow night. God bless. We love you guys.